That's a classic right there.
Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be doing a trailer analysis, and I'll be doing a trailer analysis on a movie called Us. Now, Us is a Jordan Peele movie. Jordan Peele has made 2 movies so far, Get Out and this movie. So I'm going to go through the trailer, I'm going to point stuff out, I'm going to see, kind of add my own theories on what the movie could be about, or what I think is going to happen in the movie. I really don't know, just like everybody else, except for, Jordan Peele. But I'm just going to give my ideas. You guys comment down below and tell me what you think. Alright, let's get started.
What does I Got 5 on it mean?
It's about drugs.
It's not about drugs, it's a dope song. Don't do drugs.
Get in rhythm. There you go. There you go.
Alright, so it starts off with the family driving down the road. Now, I think they're driving to a summer home, I believe, and they're listening to a song called I Got 5 on it. Now, the boy asks, what does that mean? What does I Got 5s on it mean? Well, the sister remarks with, it's about drugs, and she's not wrong. It actually is about drugs. But the father remarks that it's not about drugs, it's just a dope song. Which we know that that's not true, it is about drugs. But he's just lying to his son in order to protect him. Which just kind of sets up his character arc that he's a very protective person, which we actually see later in the trailer. Now, if we notice that the son is actually wearing a Jaws shirt, and which we'll see later in the trailer, he's actually ends up going to the beach, which is, once again, a big reference to Jaws. Also in monster movies in general, which actually we know that Jordan Peele's favorite monster movie is actually Jaws. And also, the son's wearing a Wolfman mask, which is pretty interesting. I don't know why this kid is having this Wolfman mask on. I believe he actually wears it throughout the entire trailer. I don't know the significance of it. It could be like a tick, it could be like a security thing, maybe when he's scared or nervous, he puts the mask on. Why it's the Wolfman, I don't know. Maybe it has some significance in the movie. I clearly can't even make an educated guess on it. But anyway, let's continue.
Can't believe how big they've got.
Did you hear Gabe got a boat?
He's kidding, right?
He's not kidding. Hey, I think it's vodka o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Jason?
Now, as we can actually see the family walking on the beach, and this is such a great shot. This is actually what really makes Jordan Peele's movies so fantastic, is that you see the shot of the family walking on the beach, and we see the sun casting a shadow of them all in a line, the shadows representing what's called the Tethered. Now, we're going to figure out what that is later in the trailer. The Tethered are basically like duplicates, copies of them. Somehow it's them, but not them. It's like them, but darker. And as we can see with the shadows, is them being represented by the shadows of the Tethered. Now we get to this scene, and this scene's really cool. I was not the one who found this. I actually found online. Someone had pointed this out, and I just thought this was so cool. So right here in this frame, you can see that little funhouse looking thing. It's got the wizard on it. It says, find yourself. Now clearly that's supposed to be in reference to the Tethered, how they are them, but at the same time, it's not completely them. Something's off, something's missing. So obviously it's trying to point towards the future. They will find themselves, but not in the way that you think that they're gonna find themselves. So he comes across this really weird looking T-posing figure on the beach, and I actually got a fairly good idea of who this might be, or well, not who they might be, but I think I see them later in the trailer. Now let's continue.
Jason?
Jason! Where were you? I didn't know if you were lost. Stick with me, and I'll keep you safe.
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors. But y'all scared of a family? Hi, can I help you?
Zora, put your shoes on.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy.
So once again, we see another example of how the parents are very protective of their children, going out there with a baseball bat, threatening them to stay off their property, the mother holding onto them very tightly. I don't know how it ties into the rest of the film, as for why they're so protective, honestly, the examples that we all saw at the beginning, you know, with him asking about the drugs, with him wandering off at the beach and his mother saying that she'll always protect him, that's kind of a natural thing for parents to do. So I don't want to say they're overprotective, but at the same time, it's clear that they're adding all this stuff to show that they really, really do care about their children. So I don't know if it will tie in later to the film. Maybe they had a past child that died of somehow. I don't know. But I'm really interested to see where he goes with it. I like to read in, it may seem like I'm reading into this, but with Jordan Peele's movies, as you can see clearly just in the trailer itself, he hides a lot of small things. So I'm going to just kind of pick away and see maybe I get somewhere. But anyway, let's continue with the trailer.
What are you people?
It's us.
They look exactly like us.
So it starts off with, you know, the family scrambles. They're going all the each ways. You know, the kid with the mask pops up in the window, making these weird monster noises. And then you have the little girl crawling up the tree, you know, as if they're animals. And the guy, he's got this, you know, it's the same dad, but he's got a big beard now, and he just walks through the door, all menacing, not saying a word. So it's really creepy, really interesting, and I really want to see where it goes through there. So it cuts to a little girl on a beach wearing a Thriller shirt, which once again may be in reference to monsters in general, because in the Thriller music video you have Michael Jackson turning into a werewolf at the end. Spoiler alert. But this may be in reference to the Wolfman mask that we see the little boy wearing. I don't know. Once again, I don't know what the significance of the Wolfman mask is. I'm just kind of poking and prodding to see what I can dig up. Now, this little girl doesn't appear to be the same little girl in the trailer. Actually, she seems much smaller, much younger. So what I think it is, since she is wearing a Thriller shirt, since Thriller taking place in the 80s, that it's actually the mother when she was a little girl. And maybe somehow, because we do see a duplicate of her as well when she goes out, reaches out and strangles her, that maybe it had something to do with her past. Maybe she experienced something in the past that she now doesn't think is real. But I don't know, and maybe it could take place in the future. Thriller is such a big thing that it could be a present day shirt. But that's my guess, is that little girl is actually the mother, and in the past, she actually had an experience with the Tethered before the situation's happening now. But anyway, let's continue with the trailer.
They think like us. They know where we are. We need to move and keep moving. They won't stop until they kill us. Or we kill them.
So now we get a look at the Tethered of the second child, the girl, and she's got this slick back hair, she's got missing eyebrows, she's very menacing looking. I mean, they all look really menacing looking, but she's just, I don't know what it is about not having eyebrows, but it's creepy. It's creepy. I don't like it at all. I mean, I like it, but it's creepy. So you have the mother explaining that they look like them. They don't just look like them, they think like them. They know exactly where they are. That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. But that brings up another question. Are they mentally linked? Or is it just that they have the same thinking capacity? All the same memories, same decision making? I don't know. Which makes us kind of think, where are these things coming from? Are they clones? Are they from an alternate reality? Are they androids? Are they aliens? I don't know what they are. I really hope they're not androids or aliens. That's kind of too sci-fi-ish. But I do have my theories, and I'm going to let you know on that theories later in the trailer. Now, remember back earlier in the trailer when I said I had a theory as to who that was, T-posing with the bloody fingers? I think it might be her. Her.
Are you sure about that?
Now, she's the only Tether that we see so far in the trailer that has the blonde hair that looks like it's slicked back. It kind of looks like it's slicked back. I think it's kind of slicked back. And I could say that, well, she's also wearing like the same fingerless gloves that we saw that were bleeding with the bleeding fingers. But if you actually pay attention during the trailer, all of the Tethered have fingerless gloves. They all wear a fingerless glove on the right hand, or it's like a driving glove almost. Actually, I think it might be a driving glove. I don't know why they have that. I have no idea. I have no idea why they all have that. I have no idea why they all have, like, these gold scissors. I have no idea. But it's just my theory that the person who we saw in the beginning with the T-posing, the bloody hand, with the slick back hair, I think it's her. If not, it could be someone that we just haven't even seen in the trailer yet. Which is entirely possible since this is only a 2-minute, 30-second trailer. So I could be right, I could be wrong. Once again, I'm just kind of picking away, seeing what theories I can come up with. So we get this really cool shot of the children sitting across from each other. Now, this is like seemingly the only two that don't seem to be trying to kill each other. Actually, the little child seems like he's the only one that's not really even afraid of them. Now, the child actually has something in common with each other, that they both wear masks. Now, I haven't seen once in the trailer where the kid actually wears his Wolfman mask, other than right here, where he takes it off. But this kid also wears a mask. It's a little different. It's a completely pull-over, really creepy looking mask. And when he lifts it up, he has his entire bottom from the nose down burnt. Why? I don't know. We see later in the trailer that he seems to have no problem with fire since he just walks through it like a boss. But I don't know. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why it happened. But it looks great. Now, if we start looking at these shots of them out in the public, we can actually see that this isn't just designated to them. This actually seems like it's affecting a lot of people. If you just look around on the ground and stuff, there's bodies everywhere. I think it's the entire population of people. I don't know if it's an entire city or the entire US or I don't know what, but apparently there's tethers of different people. It's not just the family that we're focusing on, it's everybody. And apparently they're losing their fight because there are bodies scattered everywhere. But anyway, let's continue with the trailer.
Be careful.
So we get this shot right here, and I believe this is our second time seeing this hallway. This hallway is covered in bunnies in both scenes. So first one with the little girl running down the hallway with the scissors. This is the second one with nobody in it except for rabbits. Now we actually see a lot of rabbit imagery throughout the trailer. You can see the little girl wearing a rabbit t-shirt, and you can also see rabbits in the title sequence with the little ink splotches. They're just everywhere. They're in cages everywhere. Now there's got to be some kind of significance that comes along with all these rabbits. Now, what do I think is significant with rabbits? Well, rabbits, fun fact, are one of the few animals that actually have been successfully cloned. What does that mean for them? Well, look at them. Look at the Tethered. They look like exact clones of our characters. And they're not the only ones. Like I said, there are plenty other Tethered going to different people and they're finding their exact clones. I'm just going to call them clones, or Tethered, whatever. Now, I'm not sure. I think there will be more of a twist than it just being clones. I don't know, maybe that is a twist, that the government was cloning people for some reason. It's been done before, so that's why I kind of question it. Maybe that they'll be pointing at it, something else will be thrown in there. I have no idea, but I think that might be the significance of the rabbits. But anyway, let me know down below what you guys think that the rabbits are. What are their significance? Because honestly, other than the clone theory, I really don't know. So then we get a shot of the Tethered version of the mother, which she gives us a rather creepy warning to be careful. Now, once again, Jordan Peele's directing in this it looks phenomenal. I love how they can make their characters look very creepy, distorted, like somehow something in their brain is forcing them to smile, and you know, it's weird, it's creepy, and he did it without CGI. It's all practical. It's just the actor being creepy. And I love that. They don't need makeup, they don't need this or that. They just need their actor to be psychologically disturbing. And they do it all practical. And I love that. I mean, of course, they have scenes like with the child with the burnt face, but I'm pretty sure that will have more story aspects to it than just it being cosmetic and being creepy. At the same time, the kid wasn't trying to be creepy in the moment. He was revealing his face. It wasn't a jump out. It was nothing. It's just unsettling. And that's what I love about Jordan Peele's filmmaking, is that he can make things that are seemingly not very weird or unsettling, add slight tweaks to them, and the entire thing becomes utterly disturbing. It's a fantastic way of directing, and I really admire it. So we get a few different glimpses at a few different scenes, like the scene right here, where it looks like the tethered version of the mother is being pushed into a glass table, like head first. Actually, it seems like she's pushing her head on top of her head into a glass table so hard that it's actually cracking the glass table. Then it cuts to the little boy who looks like he's like spider crawling around, jumping over furniture and stuff. Very creepy, very animal-like. Then it cuts to like the mother reaching for something, maybe like a weapon to protect herself. Then after that, it cuts to a scene where they look like they're like in a school or something. She holds up that little like that family bead thing that you make by using scissors, which they're golden scissors, to cut out that little family, and it's in a string. And it seems like she kind of cut the middle of it, trying to symbolize like they're untethering themselves from each other, as if maybe if they kill them, they become the only ones. That's my best guess as to what it is. There's also a few other things in the scene. You can see like handprints of like bloody handprints everywhere, which you kind of see normally in a children's school. Not bloody handprints, but you see handprints like that with finger paint, you know, spotted all around. Instead, it's someone's blood here, and it actually kind of looks like the dress of the person who's standing in the foreground, which I believe would be the mother, I think it is. And the dress also seems like it's also covered in those bloody handprints. But then it cuts to what I think this actually confirms that it was the mother, because she's wearing that white dress with the blood on it. I think this might be actually the scene where she's killing her tethered. Like somehow she gets the better of her, and she's actually overcomes her and kills her. Don't know why he'd spoil that in the trailer, but it's once again hard to tell. You don't know if she's just injuring her. You don't know what she's actually doing. I think she maybe has the scissors, because it looks like she's holding on to something. It looks like she's stabbing something into the tethered. I don't know what it is. If it was the scissors are pretty big. I feel like you would see it, and I don't think they'd CGI the scissors out just for the scene in the trailer, but I don't know. In my personal opinion, I think this is a scene where she actually kills her tethered. Why Jordan Peele would kind of put that in a trailer, I feel like that's kind of an important scene, but then again, we see the father fighting with his tethered, and I believe we kind of see him beating his tethered, hitting him with a bat, and then continue beating him in the boat. Seemingly wins. I hope so. I hope he doesn't do at the end of the movie where it's like, oh, reveal all along, one of them isn't actually them. Like, oh no, the dad actually is the bad tethered and his tether just shaved or something. I don't know. I hope he doesn't do that. It's been done a million times. But I think this is very interesting. And if we cut to the next scene, it's the title sequence of Us. Now you have the two characters. Obviously this is symbolism for the two characters, for the tethered and the non-tethered. And you can see them across from each other, not perfectly symmetrical, which is a lot different from the other images we saw. And it's also symbolized as the scissors that we see. Now, if you pay attention to the scissors, they actually look just like this image. They look like two heads facing in two opposite directions. I really, really love that symbolism. I really love the attention to detail. And if we look in the middle of this, you can actually see what looks like a rabbit. Like I said beforehand in the little scene where we see the rabbits hopping around in the little hallway area, this is another representation of the rabbits. We can just see more of them. Rabbits being a very key characteristic in this movie as a whole. And like I said, I personally think that it's because they're maybe clones or something. I don't know, but they have to do with something. Now that's the end of the trailer. I think we pretty thoroughly got through all the important details. I've missed a lot, probably. I would be the first to admit I probably missed a lot of stuff. However, if I did, comment down below. Let's talk about it. I want to know what you guys saw, what you guys think. I want to know what your guys' theories. This is one of the more anticipated movies that I'm just so excited for next year. Not just because it's a Jordan Peele movie, because I really enjoyed his first movie, but when I saw this trailer, I was just unbelievably hyped. I'm a huge horror movie fan, and this looks super exciting because I want something new. I want something different. And I feel like Jordan Peele has that kind of intent to bring something new to the screen. Kind of what he did with Get Out. Just amazing, beautifully shot scenes, while at the same time still holding that horror movie tension. And he did so well with Get Out. And another movie that actually was a good mixture of artsy but also horror at the same time was Hereditary. Very good movie. Yeah, there are some downsides to it. I would like to do a review on it. I don't want to go into too much detail with it here, but that movie was also very good in the sense that it can be artsy, have a lot of artsy shots, but at the same time still hold what gives a horror movie its true horror. It's not just like The Nun where it's jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. You can literally count the jump scares before they happen. Count 3, 2, 1. Oh, there was a jump scare. And this is just unsettling. There's so many unsettling images. I know that there's a few jump scares in this, but they don't bombard you with them. That's the important part, is that they don't overdo it. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you guys think, and I want to know what I missed. Let me know what I missed so I can go back, I can look at it, I can theorize with you guys. As much as I looked into it, I'm still very confused, and you know what? It's a 2-minute, 30-second trailer, so I'm not expecting to figure out the entire movie. I don't want to figure out the entire movie, but it's just thinking about all the little detail that you get to see in the trailer really hypes me up for what this movie can be. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you did enjoy, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, the bell. Although, if you are interested in this movie, leave a comment down below on what you think about it. What do you think the rabbits are about? What do you think that's going to happen with the Tethered? Do you think who's going to win, the Tethered or the people? Or what do you think is happening? Do you think this is just a statewide thing? Or is this like just a citywide thing? It could be a planet-wide thing. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.